Yo, 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 what is up, guys? Welcome back. Hot off the press or plate, whatever you want to call it. I've got the Frontier Audio Peak Time Techno Volume 1 pack, which I'm really excited to use. So, Kicks Rumbles Volume 1. There'll be a link for it in the description. And yeah, head over and grab yourself a coffee. Grab a coffee and a copy. It's really, really, really good. So, I'm absolutely loving it. All right. I'm going to pick, I think it was either this A one. Yep, this one. I want this one. I think this will be a good example for what I want to do in terms of the kick. So there's two versions in here. I believe the processed ones, from what I've been told, are compressed. And the raw aren't. You can hear that already. It's boom, boom, boom. Bit more punchy, the process, which I don't mind actually, but I'm going to use the raw one for this instance. And then we are going to loop that. Oh yeah, nice and punchy. I must admit the waveform doesn't really do it for me, but hey, it works, so it's good. Alright, let's go. Oh wow. Already. Wowee. Really good stuff. I'm going to use the mono rumble because I don't really want to focus too much on the rumble today, but I'm just going to duplicate the kick again and play that through. Make sure you fade your sounds. Beautiful. So I would group them. As you guys have seen in the past, I would group them. I do feel like the kick's pretty good, but there's a couple of things that we can do. So first things first, I'm just going to grab span because I think being visual is always the most important thing. So if I go to S, span plus, there we go. Okay, so let's just have a listen to the kick drum in span. Oh wow, it's already pretty good, hey. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. That's what you want to see, a nice beautiful big mountain like that. So that's really good stuff. Okay, first things first. I'm gonna probably there's a plugin that I got a download for, but I haven't bought it yet. But it's my new secret weapon. I absolutely love it. I'm trying to think of where it is. I don't know where it's gone. What I will do though, I don't have split EQ either. I need to get that. So what I can do, I'm just going to use Neutron then. Either that or, okay, no. First things first. All right, I'm going to process it differently. I'll get to the shaping, but normally, depending on the, I guess, sub of the kick and whatnot, I'd head straight for a distortion unit first. So maybe decapitator, as you guys would have seen as well in previous videos. I feel like this kick doesn't need much, so it's pretty good, hey. So normally I'd use the A or the E setting. Sometimes the T or the P, doesn't really matter. Just see which one. Giving us like a nice pop over the rumble, so that's good. It's making it punch up through the mix more. Now the second thing would be, that's number one, so a bit of decapitator. Now the next thing would be where's the PT QX? I don't really need it for this kick drum, but the second thing that I'd reach for, depending on what I want to do to it, is a bit of an EQ. So depending if the bass needs a bit of a boost, you can do it in here as well. This one's free, by the way, guys. You can go and get this from their website. Ignite Amps, that's the one. PT EQ. Oversample it, of course. Just leave the routing. Now you've got to kind of exaggerate it and go a bit hard on it to figure out how you want it sitting, so don't be shy. what the attenuation does is it boosts it and then it creates like a dip in it again. So it's like you can boost it but not boost it at the same time. I know that sounds really dumb, but like it's the only way to kind of describe it. If I was to do it on like an EQ8, it would look something like this. You'd have a big boost like that, and then you'd have another one kind of pulling it down, if that makes sense, or like a something like that, more like that. See what I mean? Yeah, more like a weird little shelfy thing. So yes, visually at least you can kind of see what it's doing. So that's pretty much what it does. So it's like you're boosting it, but then you're attenuating it back with the attenuation. So that's fine. And then now what we would do. Doing to that kick, actually, that's really good. So yeah, we're just pretty much making it on par with the Rumble. If I put a filter on that, I should probably start using these PTEQs a little bit more. I don't use them as much as I should, but I'm just using it for the purpose of today to kind of show you guys 5 other ways that are really good for processing. Unfortunately, Decapitator is not free, but I'm sure there's plenty of other similar things out there for free, like distortion units. Yeah, you can hear that with the sub. It's just really making it a bit more dominant and bringing it up on par with the Rumble. Now, what else would I do? So you'd do that. You guys have seen me use Bark of Dog before, so I'm not really going to do that. Well, Black Box could be good too, bit of distortion from that. But it's all like distortion units. You really distort kicks and then you add a bit of frequencies with EQing, that kind of stuff, and then you're cutting back. The other one I would use, which is really, 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 really good for kicks, is standard clip or K clip. I'd probably aim for a clipper next for sure. So I'm going to go for, let's go to K clip. Where is Kazrog? This one. Okay. And I have been putting this on the actual low ends as well, as you guys would have seen in the D minor song, or fragments as I've called it now. That's what I would do, is this. We just want to clip it a little bit. Giving it a bit more fullness, punchness, but then also just taming that transient a little bit as well. So that's really nice. We're going to get loudness on the overall as well after doing that. So it does help a lot. The other one that's really good for kicks, which I have used before, you guys have seen in the past, is Sketch Cassette. That can be really, really good as well, as especially an overall kind of unit. So this would be like number 4. Absolutely stunning. And then maybe just a bit of transient shaping. Oh, here it is. I found it. I don't know what stib is, but we're going to have a look. This might be like the younger brother. Oh, okay, it's a one band version. This is my new secret weapon, this thing. It's not really secret now because I'm talking about it on the channel, but this has to be the best thing like I've found recently. Like genuinely, this is like, take my advice, like buy this, whatever this is, stab. Sorry, yeah, just take your money, take your money and go and buy it. Trust me, just trust me. Let me show you how I would use it on a low end bus, and this is like the one I've been the most excited about. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Oh, excuse me. This I have been like so excited about this one. So I nearly didn't want to show it. I'm like, maybe I'll keep this a secret. And I'm like, wow. Virtual Riot used it. He put me onto it. And then I'm like, I have to show everyone how like good this can be on a techno low end too. Hat bus, techno low end, the works. Synth if you really want to, you know. But yeah, this is just incredible. This thing. All right, so I'll shut up now. I'll play it. You can really control that snappiness of it. Really nice control of the low. So if I solo this now, you can get a really nice sustain in there. I don't think we really need it though, to be fair. Like we've got that. The mountain's beautiful. Oh, look at that. And the one feature of this that does it for me, the one thing that I'm like, yep, this is why I would buy it, is the Delta mode, like Soothe and those plugins. So we can really hear what we're adding to it. And then we can mute. That is my secret weapon. This thing, like honestly, is just incredible. Where's standard clip 2? I just want to double check the clipper. I'm going to put another clipper on here now. This is another one that I love. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much us. It's going to be a short one today, but yeah, that's incredible. And I just want to Actually, the rumble's not sidechain, so I can't imagine it's going to look too good, but I just want to bounce this out and have a bit of a look and see how we went. Anyway. Oh, wow. Look at that. Besides the massive jump here because of the clash there, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Still pretty good. And just to finalize that, I'm just going to create a pretty aggressive first sidechain in. I'll just literally go like that. And then I can just chop that up, do the same thing. And that's probably why too, because the kick's overspanning there. Yeah. Let's go that one there, and then this one here. Little fade on the endies. And then, yeah, it's looking much better. That's awesome. Like I said, it's not the most aesthetic looking kick and rumble in the world, but it's pretty good, hey. Like I'd print that out and then I'd just minimize that now, and then that's us ready to go for a new track, you know what I mean? That's what I would use. Besides them both playing at the same time. I do apologize for that. Make sure you don't have your headphones turned up there. That's bang on. Kick might be a touch loud. Uh-oh, I have to do it this way. Well, that's awesome. That really is. That's awesome. Yep, that looks bang on now. Look at that nice consistency running all the way through, and that's what we want. That's good. And we've got headroom. I'm not smashing shit out of it, you know. It's got like a nice bit of room there, you know. Yeah. Get an extra 2 dBs out of that really before we start kind of brick walling the waveform. So that's good. That's like gain staged to a degree. So that's really good. And then what you would do is bring that down to exactly. Maybe -5. Oh, I'm not even using one of my favorite features. There we go. So you can just do it here. -6, then we work everything to that. Just going to turn this down, and then I just want to A/B it with the with all the processing off. So what we started with compared to what we've got now. I'll just turn all these off as well. Oh. Here's the old one, or the original. Probably turn that up now. Turn that one up a touch. Yeah, so we got a lot of punch in the kick, so that's fine. What we can do, I would just probably go through worst case, and I do this all the time, whether you guys have seen or not, and I'll just like EQ as I go. So I'll just be like, okay, there's a bit too much this clickiness. Bring that down a dB or two. Yep, that's nice. And then look, knowing me, I'd probably come back to it with fresh ears and maybe tune it a little bit more, especially when I'm mixing more elements and stuff in with it. But this is a good head start, guys. That's pretty much all I'd really do. Then the other thing we could really do, and this will be a subtle number 6, is maybe a little bit of compression. Maybe just a touch of compression. And the only way I would do that is with either Shadow Hills or just Fab Filter. I'd probably use Pro C2. And just, we don't want much, we just want a little bit. We just want a little bit. That a bit, so that's good. We're losing a bit of volume, but we're gaining a bit of fullness, as you can hear, so that's a nice little improvement there. That's just really tightening it up too. In mono, so the correlation should be pretty good. Maybe leave it on classic. Let's do another resample. Just have a look at the compression. Oh wow. Yeah, it's really compressed it, hasn't it? Which is not a bad thing. I can get that volume back. I'd just turn it up and then maybe make it the same again. So we'll just go 5 dBs on that one. Make sure, just double check. Oh, look at this stuff. So maybe I'll go 4. Yeah, we don't want to overdo it. I can always just put a utility on the track or whatever, but I don't really want to do that. Always try and gain stage, guys. I'm not saying it because it's louder, but that low end feels much nicer. The compression's off, so listen to the difference in the kick and the rumble feel a lot more glued. Yeah, big time. Because I'm not hitting it much, though, it's not really losing much dynamic, which is good too. That's ultimately what we want. We don't want to change the belly or the fullness of the sound. We do really want it to be as dynamic as it possibly can be, so that we're trimming the fat later off in the master. I feel like that's always the most important thing, and that's took me a while to learn that, and that really does help and is important. You want to you want it to be bigger and fuller and be able to cut those frequencies back, as opposed to trying to add them in later on, because trying to add them in later on is nightmare stuff, and you guys don't want to do that. Trust me, I've been there. Not fun. Wouldn't recommend. So yeah, definitely try and stick to maybe this sort of way, and keep yourself in a safe space with it. So anyway, I think that will do it. So hey, that's pretty much everything. I've shown you guys my new secret weapon today, this stab plugin. I'm so excited. I'm so buying this ASAP. Like, this thing's awesome. Really, really awesome plugin. So shout out to LHI, whatever they are. That's so cool. Look at that. Yeah, I'll have to put a link of this in the description as well. And I'll do this. I'll do standard clip, sketch cassette, all the plugins that I've used in this video. I will link them so that you guys can go and buy them. But most importantly, I will link the Frontier Audio sample pack, because it is unreal. I'm a big fan, and that's just one of the low ends in it. I'll just skim through a couple of other ones really, really quick. Wow. Really nice. Really nice stuff in there. All of them. All of them are so massive. Like, sound huge. Well, that's a really nice kick drum. Oh yeah. Guys, go grab yourself a copy of that ASAP. That's unreal. Alrighty, we've actually got to start a new song tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. So I promise you, it's been in the making. I'm going to try and do probably 3 or 4 nights of like a song a week now, and then I've got to do one of these videos too, just to keep the algorithm and the listeners and everything happy. I've got to do one of these like kind of tips or tricks, little things with a nice little thumbnail. Otherwise, it just, yeah, I'm not getting the reach that I want, and I do really want to monetize the channel so I can keep doing it and keep this going. So I've got to play by the rules a little bit, unfortunately. But yeah, I promise I won't fully sell out. I'll just sell out like a little bit. I'm going to sell out one day of the week. So this is another sellout video, but yes, there'll be plenty more sellout videos, and then normal videos on the way too. Alrighty, much love, guys. See you soon.